Dream warrior, ain't gonna dream no more. I'm a dream warrior. Hello, Daddy, I'm home.
Oh god, that's scary. Don't call me daddy.
Oh, I'm not your daddy.
Look at that stud.
Which one?
Dudes.
Mick?
Woohoo!
What's up, gents?
Hey, baby, what you doing?
You know, just lingering. Can we turn this-
Linger.
Well, I've upgraded from a dungeon to this beautiful street I'm on.
Yeah, don't get hit. There's cars driving, man.
That's right. There's cars behind you. Oh wait. Oh, you know, I've heard that there's like Walking Dead people in that particular cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh yeah, now you're in a cemetery. What's going on?
No, not a cemetery, the cemetery.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I'm gonna get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
So how the hell you guys been?
Good, man.
Solid so far, you know. It's pandemic aside, pretty good.
Yeah. What do either you're gonna live or you're gonna die, and if you're gonna die, you better find something to do.
Speaking of Jeremy, Mick, I'm glad you brought Jeremy up. Because we have a new sponsor on our show.
We do.
Brown Space Films.
Brown Space Films. I've heard of
Stacy
them.
and Jeremy W. for Wonderful Brown.
Woohoo!
He's now our sponsor, and what are they known for? Movies like
I've
Torment,
heard that.
Mythos. What's the other one? My favorite one,
Mythos?
Vengeance. I'm pointing at you. You
Vengeance?
probably can't tell, but I'm pointing
Oh
right
my
at you,
God,
Mick.
Vengeance.
Yes, and I want to know something.
That guy.
Do they have
Sure.
any upcoming projects that you might know of?
As a matter of fact, A Warrior's Death is
Yeah.
coming up, and that's a Star Trek related film, and he's gonna have a hand in at least in Vengeance too.
Yeah.
And we're all just working on. I love the fact that we're all churning.
Keep on churning till the butter comes. Keep on churning till the butter comes. Keep on pumping, make the butter flow. Wipe off the barrel and churn some more. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. Cows in the middle, the sheep's in the corn. Take the sheep, leave them be. Bring the finest brown cows straight to me. Keep on churning till the butter comes.
You know,
Yeah.
what? You know what 2020 is? 2020 is your clothes. It's like you kept going back to the washer and it got stuck again, right? and so you started it again, and you churned and you churned and you churned for another 30 minutes, right? And you go back and you open it up and you look down. It's fucking half full of water. I'm gonna have to do.
Or like when you go to bed and you forget to put it in the dryer, so you have to wash it all over again.
So you have to
It
wash them
smells
all
like
over
butt
again
and kitty
because
litter.
That's specifically. That's a little specific there.
Not that I would know.
The kitty litter part, I don't quite understand. But anyway, the thing is that's what 2020 is all about. 2020 is about everybody taking a minute out, redoing it all, and saying in 2020. We're going to be driving a tank, man. We're out there, and part of that, you got it. Part of that, though, is what we're doing here. And you know what we're doing here? Tell us, Kurt.
I guess we probably need to introduce some people. I mean,
I think that we should start there.
I do want to say that we are starting off fresh. Our show is becoming new. We're up to almost episode 275, somewhere around there.
I like what I've watched so far.
This
you
is
guys
great.
Are very entertaining.
Well, thank you. We're getting close to 15,000 downloads just on Podbean. I don't know where we are on iTunes or anywhere
Wow,
else.
congrats.
We have at least 4 listeners. We're doing pretty good.
You know
I've heard
what?
great things about Podbean too, so that's cool. You guys like
We
Podbean?
We
It's
don't
pretty
have
easy,
a lot
yeah.
of listeners, but they're stupid, and they keep listening
Oh, come on, man.
again and again and again, and they forget that they listened to like episode 49, and
Right.
they're listening to it for the 8th time.
Oh wait.
So,
Well, I think you're talking about yourself.
oh, that's. I'm sorry.
I'm this close to doing that prank on you where I say, "Hey Mick, let's review that movie that we've already done like 2 weeks ago."
That's right. Yeah,
I think I think anyone that's listening to you guys has a good enough like sense of humor. They get that. Like,
They have to. They really have
yeah,
to.
yeah, it really.
You know, like
Just
so
to realize-
I'm a fan of Mick alone just because he's so like fun and
Yeah.
zany. Man. When I first met you, Mick, it was permanent. I remembered it because I've told you a couple times on our show, but Mick was just full of life, and we were at the Bleeding Ham Festival.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and you were just like having a great time, and I bought you like 2 or 3 drinks, and then I found out that you don't even drink. I was like, "Have another, man." And you're like,
Well,
"Oh, thanks."
You know what? I sort of got. I was doing my best that day, but you know what I was doing? I was sprinkling drinks all across the bar.
Yeah.
Because the thing is honest to God, I couldn't hear anybody talking to me because it was so loud in there.
It was a good turnout.
What? Oh, well, I know. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. So anyway.
Yeah, you know what we didn't talk about yet too is we were talking about Brown Space Films Up All Night. Something we should talk about while
Oh,
we're
yeah.
hanging with you too.
Sure.
Well, let's do it. What is that
did you
again?
guys, did we? I don't think. Did we say our names yet?
No,
remember.
we're like a
No.
this is a bad. We're a terrible show. We're only to 275.
No.
We don't know how to handle guests.
You know
I
what?
wanted to make sure we were.
Here's
No.
the thing. I've started my life in the middle of a sentence.
Yes, and that's how we
right?
start this show.
So that's kind of how we start everything. So you just got to keep up, man, and you know that.
Yeah, so introduce yourself.
I'm Ticker. I'm Ticker, and this is Saryn.
Yeah.
We're from Cryptamnesia.
I like how you're like, let's introduce ourselves, and then you introduce us for me.
No, it's perfect. Yeah.
No, you already did it.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
You already said it. It's done.
I don't know his
No,
name.
It's done.
I'm just here in his house. I don't even know who he is.
Who is this guy?
Well, that's why
Yeah.
we're doing a podcast because Mick kept coming into the house I live in and was like,
Yeah, that's.
"Okay, I'll turn a mic on and go ahead and
Yeah,
talk."
I mean, that's right.
Thanks for
so.
having us, guys. Thanks.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks
Man,
for being on the
you know-
show. We have a reason for having you guys on the show, but we're gonna tickle our audience's ass with a feather a little bit.
No, that's great. I was like, you guys were like, let's get on the show, and I was like, okay. And
Okay, what are we gonna do? You see, here's the thing. It doesn't matter.
That's right. Well, I do want to know a little bit more
Nothing
about you guys.
matters.
I want to bond. I want to know what kind of movies you like.
Yeah. What?
I like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4.
Good choice.
I do like
Very good
Candyman.
choice. Very. Oh, come on. You know, don't just read off of my resume.
Well, when I met Mick, I said, "You know what? My favorite movie is Halloween."
Talk about getting tickled with a feather.
I want to see if you caught on, but my favorite is Fantastic Four.
Oh, man.
That is nobody's favorite.
Okay, so realistically, I'm actually a massive Who Framed Roger Rabbit fan.
Really? Yeah.
Counts.
Yeah.
I love that. I've been turned on by Jessica Rabbit since I was like 4.
I can understand that though. You know.
Still am.
She is hot.
Wayne's World and both Ace Venturas are like tops. But I'm a huge horror fan. I love. Oh man. I love a lot of the old monster flicks. You know?
Oh,
yeah. The Frankenstein.
Oh yeah. I mean,
My favorite of the period back then. Yeah, there you go. Right. But my favorite of the period is The Invisible Man.
yeah.
It's the
you know-
best film out of the group.
I always forget the name of that guy because
Kevin.
I love that, and I love War of the Worlds, and I forget, was the Invisible Man the same guy, right?
No, Invisible Man was actually directed by the same guy that directed Frankenstein.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's this. It's and you know what? You can tell. You can really tell by the sense of humor and the sense of framing of the films. They are vastly on the. They're on the same level, but that they both have a sense of humor that kind of runs through it is very much that particular director's style. And I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but very underrated. He went on to completely destroy his career by doing Freaks.
Oh yeah, Freaks. Freaks was a great film.
He just killed his career by doing that. Yeah, I mean, everybody, you know, when you do something that's so weird that when you put it on your resume, people actually just leave the office. You know, they say, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna call. Here's your number. Your number is 150." And they give you the number and the tag, and then the secretary, as she is going out the door again, she actually takes the number ticker with her. Doesn't want to lose it. Right? It's like.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, please.
I was gonna say it's like that scene on Beetlejuice when Beetlejuice gets the
right
really number.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's it. Yeah, you know that guy was. Everybody was like, "Freaks, huh? So you did Freaks." Security.
I have to go this way.
Yeah, security.
2 seconds.
What's your favorite?
What
Films?
Films? Yeah. I'm a big fan of like the Friday the 13th series. I've always been a really big Hellraiser fan up until the last 4. Those ones were okay. They didn't do the series justice.
But the first 36 really did it.
Oh yeah. No,
all 36 awesome.
Specifically the first 2 in the Hellraiser series. God, I can't remember his name. Who directed it and wrote it?
Clive Barker.
Yes, thank you.
Now, Clive. Now, the thing is, I have heard that the second one is pretty good. The first one,
in my
did
opinion,
nothing but it confused me.
Yeah.
I was like,
no kidding.
You know what? The thing is this: if I had any of that shit happening, I would get like Terminex.
Right?
And I would spray for it.
I would just move.
Right? Yeah.
Right? I'd be like, I'm just gonna, I'm bye. I'm leaving.
It's like back to the scene in the office in the 30s. Yeah, wow, freaks, huh? Yeah.
And then, oh god. And then I don't watch a lot of like your atypical horror movies, but I do love horror comedies.
What? I'm there with you. I love horror comedies. Horror comedy is my favorite kind of horror. I think that takes a particular and Vengeance really did a good job of the horror comedy element. I think that
and I don't know if it falls under the category of horror comedy, but the Toxic Avenger series.
Right.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah. It's so great. It's incredibly over the top.
Oh yeah, right.
It's so good. And then there's this like really B-rate movie that only like a small handful of people I know it. It's called Drive Through, and the villain of the movie is this guy that wears this clown suit. The face of it is that, or like the mouth of it is that of like a drive-through speaker. And his name is Corny the Clown. And he's legitimately got like the face of the mascot of this fast food chain called Hella Burger. And it's so B-rate. It's so funny. It's terrible.
It actually sounds good.
It's so bad. It's amazing.
Can I recommend a movie to you? A film called, there's 2 of them. Dave Made a Maze.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
And What We Do in the Shadows, the film, as opposed to the TV version. What We Do in the Shadows is amazing. Santa Clarita Valley. Did you see? Have you seen Santa Clarita Valley? No. Come on!
I don't think so. No.
Damn, you fucking rockers are just. Oh no! Hey man,
we're the worst.
We're too busy drinking, Mick.
We're busy watching music.
They got things to do.
Yeah, man. Haven't you seen Lumberjack by Jackal from like 30 years ago? I'm still watching that.
I like that. I'm still trying to get through that sucker. Yeah.
So the film actually that our first feature film that we're doing, the Thrash Cult one that we had you look at, that's a comedy horror, but it's got a lot of like Lost Boys and The Crow visuals. So yes, that's gonna be. I can't wait for that. But man, and then
have you filmed yet? You filmed some of it.
No, so this is my first feature film. I'm really stoked to be like hanging out with like being a part of Vengeance 2 because I got brought up to be the location manager. So I'm kind of
and then people owe you.
Oh no, I just want
no, I'm telling you, then people will owe you. See, that's the thing. That's how you make your own film. You get a good collection of people owing you.
There you go.
Do you know nothing about this?
That's a good point.
I'm learning through you, man. That's why I'm here. This is why I'm really here.
You're really here. It's so that people will owe you, and then you can get them.
I didn't know that. I spent my whole life trying to just like be genuine. It's hard to be genuine when you're in this scene too, as you know, like both film and music, because it's there's some areas it's cutthroat, but if you can find a lot of great people, and the horror scene is my favorite. I was in a
And if you make it to 63, you can say and do absolutely anything you want.
Yeah.
And you can shit on little kids.
Yeah, you can shit. As you're walking.
Are we talking about like real life experiences here, or?
I don't even know what you mean. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, that's cool, man. Just being so for me, it's been really cool just to like not to get all like soft and crap, but like knowing you as a person is great. Jason Brooks is such a great person, and having him as a friend, like
he is so much better of a person than I am.
Yeah, I mean that's not really hard.
It's thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah.
So it's cool to know, and then like everyone just genuinely wants to help each other. So that's how I've been going around, because after hanging out with Jason for a bit, I just asked, and right now I'm asking a couple celebrities to be in the film, and I'm getting the feel that some of them feel like I'm taking advantage of them, and I feel really bad because I'm just so genuine. I'm just like, oh, can we do stuff together? Can we do this together? And half of them, like you and Jason, are just like, dude, yeah, we'll talk about it, work it out. And there's another half that's like, what do you want from me? And I'm just like, I just want you to be part of it, you know? So I'm learning about that as I go, because in the music scene, it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so like, asking certain bands, I won't like say names, I guess like some of the good ones, like the ones that did sign up that are excited are like Steve Unger from Metal Church, because he's here locally, and Pamela Moore, who is Sister Mary in Queensryche. Oh, so and they're just good people, you know. And then there's another half that's just like, what do you want from me? I just want you to be a part of this, man.
Just hit them up, and they're just like, so what do you want? Or they just completely leave him unread and don't get back to him ever.
Yeah, and so I'm learning as I go, because my biggest problem is that I just ask. I don't have a filter. I'm just like, hey, can you be a part of this? This is awesome. I want you to be part of it. And I'm learning that there's like two different spectrums, and I didn't know that existed in the film scene too, but it makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Now the thing is it's just not like the 80s where we had a whole different way of communicating with each other, and it was a bag of blow and a straw that long. I'm not kidding. I remember one time, like did a rock video, the one with the teacup. Tom Petty.
Oh, wow.
The one with the eating of the teacup, and we were trying to assemble the teacup. Right, and we had only been on the stage like for 26 hours.
You were on that set?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I know exactly what video you're talking about. That's so cool,
dude. I'm telling you that the amount of, and thing is I was leading like one of the little crews that was like trying to build the edible, quote unquote, teacup. And boy, I'm telling you, that took a lot of blow.
Yeah,
I mean, it really did. I mean, really, it would have been cheaper. I can't even remember what we used to make it with, but it would have been cheaper in the end to actually just make it out of blow. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But instead, they had to make it like a Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Exactly.
Like, this is goop.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool. That's cool to
today
know.
you have
I would.
favors, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I would love to know more music video sets you've been on, because that's what I've been doing up to this point. So like I've been making music videos. That's where my thing's been for like 4 years, and
I tried to do as few as possible.
Wasn't P Diddy in the mix?
Oh yeah, I did one with P Diddy. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
The problem, the whole, I was doing the smoke on a P Diddy one. I was doing smoke like right down this like horrible alleyway in L.A. and we're just in the background, you know, and where I had this smoker, and it's the worst down on 5th Street in Spring, like around in deepest, hardest, worst part of the of LA, and the sitting there, and there was this enormous like cat-sized rat that was just sitting on this trash can right next to me as I'm trying to smoke and drift it across this alleyway that's in the background, you know, and I'm like trying to shoo this thing away, and eventually I got something, and then I tried to hit it with a stick, and it just thought, "Fuck you!" and it jumped on me, and I just literally in the middle of the tank, I just jumped out in the middle of. Man, they were all.
Can you make that sound again?
He does that a lot,
What is
actually.
with you and animals, dude? Because you had to chase those flock of geese.
You know what?
On
I
Dungeon.
didn't start that.
No, but you finished it.
But I ended it.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see everyone else like, I'm not touching that. And
Yeah,
it's like,
it's like yeah. Well, you know what? I was the first AD, and that meant that, you know what? I had to handle it, and I handled it. And boy, when I was coming up on that goose, it was like, dude, I know that you're 20. You look like you're 23 pounds of like ferocious energy, but I'm 300 pounds, and I'm gonna land on you if you don't get that out of the way.
I love it because you could see the geese kind of be like, "This is my spot," and then
That's right. The guy, the goose, and then he went. Fuck, I'm out.
I think I even saw the goose be like there's like this like
Yeah,
side of like.
There is this whole moment with that goose that you know they call micro expressions. he went through all this. Okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah. He had temporary Tourette's.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Temporary.
And then if Kurt doesn't know, I don't know if he knows, but I have Tourette's, and that's why they call me Ticker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Ticker.
Yeah, so the
That's a cool
woos,
feature.
I'm really excited to be here, but that's not why I'm doing it.
So to get to the point.
So wait, Mick has
Sure.
a severe case of Tourette's. Is that what you're telling me?
It's he has temporary Tourette's. That's what we call it, or situational Tourette's.
Situational Tourette's. Yeah. You know what? Honorary Tourette's.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mick. You look like you're
ahead.
you're winding yourself up there to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
you know what? I was gonna say these guys, my friends, have done what for us?
Oh well, speaking of favors, I said, hey guys, you don't know me, but I hear that you guys play music or something. Can you do something for me? And they're like, sure. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, right there.
Dude, the biggest problem with the music scene is, in my opinion, is that everyone's so money hungry. Like the best in my life, I've learned from experience that something that money can't pay for is opportunity, and just getting to know people and be a part of stuff. You know, the reason why we know and we're on this show right now with you guys is because we put ourselves out there and we met people and we just genuinely got to know people. And there's this whole, stigma of like using people, but we just want to meet people in our scene and we want to be a part of this stuff. So the fact that we're here and that Mick, Strawn, and Kurt, last name. What's your last name, Kurt?
Kurt Thomas.
Kurt Thomas.
Kurt Thomas.
Yeah.
Wow,
We're here is
definitely not going to be able to forget that.
you're
Yeah,
Thomas.
Kurt, come on, Kurt.
Is
It's
because
okay, I forget Mick's name all the time. I'm like
It's a-
that.
yeah, it's like Jeff or something.
Kurt Thomas is a perfect porn name. Come on,
that's right.
That's so true.
Can't you just
see
hear the
that.
music?
the Kurt Thomas.
Definitely write that song.
Kurt's never gonna dance again.
It's actually not my real name. My real name is actually very long and annoying, so I
It
just went with
really
my
Is
middle
it
name.
It's
is it
terrible.
Mike Honcho?
Thomas is my middle name.
Okay, guess his last name. No.
So just knowing you guys is genuine, and that's what Cryptamnesia promotes, is just getting to know people and having a good time, you know. So there's too many musicians out there just like cranking everyone's yank, and it's just like obnoxious. So we're just trying to have a good time.
So,
Yeah.
so Kurt came up with a question here. You were going to show two.
Yes.
You were going to lay out I'm going to let him tell you because I'm so excited. I get it.
Oh man,
I
I'm
just
so
love
glad
that
you're not in the
Nick's
studio
that
anymore.
excited.
So I used to break furniture all the time. I gotta fix that chair again. Damn it.
Sounds like the best job ever.
Actually, I miss
Yeah,
having him in the studio.
Do you know about Smash Shacks? Do you know what those are?
No.
Rage rooms.
Rage rooms. So they're places
Oh.
where people would pay like
Oh.
40 bucks
Right.
to break shit.
Okay.
I so
Right.
badly want to open one of those.
That would be awesome.
There'd be way less homicide in Washington if I had one of those here.
What I want to do is I want to open one up, but it has it has like a rubber car, right? You know, like it's a perfect rubber representation of a '65 Mustang, and every time you hit it with the hammer, it bounces back. And it's
bring it.
right. Ah! So you just walk into the room 10 minutes later and you sweep the bodies out.
It's genius. You can make so much money and
You
you can
make so
profit in
much money on
cemetery.
that. Right.
That's amazing.
You're a thinker, Mick.
That's
Well,
right.
So these guys created an awesome song for us. And what was the name of the song? It was Proteostasis. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Did
you
I
know, I
pronounce it
have to
right?
say this. Although we worked together on the Your Dreams song for Up All Night, I have to give props where props is due. He did all of that for you. I did nothing with Proteostasis.
Well, what the hell are you doing here, man? Just
Yeah,
kidding.
really, dude.
I don't know.
No, I've got a tiny little home studio that I record all that stuff in.
Right here, actually.
Yeah, it's right here. Yep. No, like
Hey, you guys
Yeah.
been over to my home studio? It's right
I got it
here.
right here, yeah.
it's like I've got instruments off to the left of me and all that stuff,
Instruments to the right.
and yeah, more instruments to the right. Well, those are not for making music, but still.
I am not an instrument. I am a sex
Yes,
toy.
no, that's right.
That's not what I
We
was
all
talking-
are in our own way. Yes.
Well, you
No,
know.
but yeah, no, and that was I had a lot of fun making that one for you guys. I actually had like 3 or 4 different concepts I was going to send to you, but I'm like, this one, this
Yeah.
is the one.
Tell 'em about
Yeah.
the update.
Oh,
Well-
we update.
Do you have an updated one?
Oh yeah, and I do. I have an updated version of that for you guys. I have I've since refined some more mixing techniques and stuff like that. So I actually have an updated version. I'm gonna send you guys.
It's a little heavier and thicker. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's gonna sound a lot fuller and a lot more expansive.
you got me all wet now. You better deliver.
Oh, I'll deliver.
Oh.
I always deliver.
So, let's hear one of them.
Yes. On that note, so what I did, so you know what's going on here, is that I started creating an intro, and I only have I was gonna share 20 seconds because I don't want to show the whole thing right now. But this is the first 20 seconds. I have 2 versions, and I want to see which one you like better. So I have to start sharing a screen, which isn't my favorite thing to do, but we'll make it happen here.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's hope.
Let's see. I like that. Do it.
All right, here we go. I guess I'll just do this. You can see my fancy screen here. Yeah.
Ooh, fancy. Oh. Ooh, We have a deadhead in the house.
Yeah, you do.
Nice. With.
It does. Kurt Thomas.
Yes. It looks just like you, Mick. And Kurt. Wow. It's like a portrait.
So that's the first one.
Yeah, it looks like
Gotcha.
you guys just losing your minds. I love it.
Well, that's Hello.
So good.
Here's the second
Hello.
one.
Ooh. Ooh, there's fire. There he is again. What a stud. And the other stud. In a world
In a world.
where shit is fucked up.
And there you go.
I personally love the second one. By the way, those two drawings, the drawings are all by my 12-year-old granddaughter.
Dude, I love them so much because what's great about them is they're raw, but they're still a little wacky. You know, they got the eyes.
Right.
And,
She does eyes really well, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah, looks just like your eyes. And it's kind of like an Ed and Eddie cartoon.
Yeah, and this is our new logo.
Oh yeah, dude, I love it.
So now we have to hear what the accompanying music is to it, right?
My plan was to play the whole song at the end of the show. But I can play
okay.
right now, if you want me to.
No, that's okay.
Because I wanted the audience to hear the whole thing, because I'm only using like a little bit of it, obviously only 20
gotcha.
seconds of it. So my plan was to play the rest of it.
So the cool thing about our dynamic with this band is I make all the videos because I went to, I did all the videos and shit, and then he does all the audio. So we're just like a powerful dynamic because.
I did not go to college.
And you don't need to though. You're really good at it. I debated on it for a while because I love the idea of like guerrilla filming,
Right.
and like learning everything ourselves. But there was a moment when I couldn't. I reached a very small limit, and I needed a nice camera. And the cool thing is, Full Sail gives you part of your tuition gives you that $5,000 like Sony FS5 camera.
Oh, do they? That's awesome.
So I was like, I'm in, and I only wanted that. But then
I remember when you first went to college, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this really schwank camera," and then he like 8 months later, he's like, "Yeah, I have to do it for a year first." So I thought they were just gonna send it to me, and then I was just gonna peace out.
I was like, God damn it. Yeah.
No, yeah, he graduated and finished.
Yeah, and dude, let me tell you, it's a little bragging right. My house burned down in the middle of going to school.
Whoa.
And I still graduated. I was like out on the streets. I was so ghetto with my laptop trying to graduate, and I did. So I got a fancy ass camera and a laptop out of it.
Well, congratulations.
Well, so we've been pushing our Isolation album. We just released that. And that's on Spotify and stuff like that. But there was so much. I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of a project that was so messed up that you're kind of excited to move on.
Have you seen Mick's resume?
So to get real with you for a minute, we about 3 months ago now, right? Our drummer died. I've known him for 10 years.
Right.
He passed. And then Michelangelo Gilchrestius was his full stage name. It's always a mouthful. He was such a good dude, though. And we just kicked out our bassist for doing hard drugs, like really hard drugs, and we had to just kind of like clear the slate. So we played with a big band that we love that only has 3 people, and they had a track. And I've always been a big fan of drums, like you got to have a drum kit, but understanding how the day works and how amazing he is at mixing albums and tracks, I was like, dude, let's just let's get up on stage and do what we do, and bring some dancers up there and stuff or whatever. And I think we're gonna be just fine. So we're gonna come out with that Halloween officially, but we're telling you guys exclusively because we love you guys. So
okay, so take us out with the music, baby.
Yeah.